appreciate you being here today. Tell us what you feel like the impact of this kind of event is on the industry and the collaboration.
I think there's probably a couple levels. I think it's a great opportunity for the other providers in a community to get together and sort of share ideas about what they're doing and what's working and what's not working, and to sort of benchmark with other or similar organizations. On the manufacturer side, it's an opportunity for a similar kind of process, but that tends to be, while a lot of the people here are interested in selling things, it tends to be manufacturer to manufacturer, because a lot of that integration between those systems is still proprietary, and it takes a lot of technical effort and as a result of business commitment to do that. And so this is an opportunity for them to get together and talk about what they could do or plan or work on execution of a relationship they may already have. So
you appear to be a clinical advocate, and you talked about workflow a lot. Tell me, just in a summary, what this has meant to you as far as hearing from the nurses.
I think that one of my pet peeves about the industry is everything focuses on the doctor. The doctor's just the customer, unless it's a hospitalist, then he's just an employee. The real person who should be the focus is the caregiver. That's the person who is doing most of the assessment. That's the person who's responsible for nursing vigilance, making sure that the patient actually gets better, and if they don't, notices it and does something about it. And it's the person who's responsible for the successful intervention. Whether it's a potential adverse event that they identify and intervene on, or whether it's the clinical intervention that the physician has ordered, the person who's responsible for making sure it works is the caregiver, not the doctor. And so all these products and these particularly mobile products, everybody talks about the doctor. It's like, they'll use whatever they can get their hands on. The person who really needs to be taken care of, and the person who can really define what is needed to be taken care of, is the caregiver.
And look into the future 5 years, then 10 years, and tell us what you think the healthcare environment is going to look like.
Boy, that's, as far as the provider organizations, we could continue on this decentralization path. Although a lot of things occur in cycles, I wouldn't be surprised if things started swinging the other way. If you go decentralized, by definition, you have to extend the technologies that are being used to deliver that care. And a lot of the technologies to be able to extend that, the patient monitors and the alarms and the communications, is not very mature or doesn't even exist. And so how much decentralization can we really get away with before we run into that shortcoming and that becomes an issue? So that's, I don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah.
I think for the manufacturers, we have a lot of fragmentation around what I call point-of-care workflow automation solutions. That when you look at the big picture, I think that in 5 or 10 years, the point-of-care workflow automation will be one category of enterprise software that you can buy. And it'll probably be regulated by the FDA. And you'll have a company that provides a set of software or one software architecture that does nurse call, it does messaging middleware, so it does all the workflow automation, it may do meds administration, it will do what I call data aggregation, so that you have status boards and remote surveillance and data analysis and all of that in a patient-centered way. All of that will come from one vendor, from one software package. one software architecture. And who of these companies will still be around it'll be interesting to see.